Remember when retiring at 60 with a gold watch and a pension was guaranteed? In 1975, after 30 years with one company, workers retired comfortably on 2/3 of their salary for life. Today, half of Americans have $0 saved for retirement. But that's not even the scariest part. Wait until you hear what happened to the American retirement dream. It was 1975, and across American factories, offices, and shops, workers in their late 50s were counting down to their 60th birthdays. Not with dread, but with anticipation. Retirement was coming, and it was golden. A typical factory supervisor who'd started in 1945, making 75 cents hourly, now earned $12,000 annually. In mere months, he'd walk out with a gold watch, a pension paying $8,000 yearly, plus Social Security adding another $3,000. $11,000 total yearly income without working, nearly matching his working salary. The mortgage on the 3-bedroom suburban home was paid off. The house had cost $18,000 in 1955, paid steadily over 20 years. His wife never needed to work. They'd raised 4 children on one income, saved money, taken modest vacations to the Smokies or Niagara Falls. The company promised lifetime health insurance after retirement. The pension was guaranteed, backed by General Motors, U.S. Steel, or General Electric. These corporations were American pillars, unshakable. But here's what made retirement actually achievable then. Companies valued loyalty above everything. Workers didn't job hop, negotiate aggressively, or threaten departure. In return, employers provided security. Annual raises came like clockwork. Promotions followed seniority. Job security was real. Firing required major cause like theft or assault. Layoffs happened rarely, usually temporary downturns. The social contract was clear. Give us 30 years, we'll give you retirement dignity. The pension was defined benefit. Companies guaranteed specific monthly payments forever. Workers didn't manage investments, study markets, or fear crashes. That burden belonged to employers. The only decision: take full pension at 60 or reduced pension earlier. Most waited for full benefits. The math was simple. 30 years service equaled 2/3 salary for life. Healthcare continued seamlessly into retirement. Same doctors, same coverage, just different paperwork. Dental, vision, prescriptions, all covered. Medications cost $2 co-pays. Cancer treatment wouldn't bankrupt families. And those Florida retirement dreams? Actually affordable. Retirement communities across Florida, Arizona, and California welcomed middle-class retirees. $25,000 bought a nice 2-bedroom condo near beaches or golf courses. Property taxes stayed low for seniors. Social Security stretched far in these states. No income tax, reasonable living costs. These weren't luxury resorts for the wealthy, but affordable havens for average Americans. Former teachers, postal workers, factory supervisors became neighbors. Monthly fees under $50 covered maintenance, pools, clubhouses, organized activities. Bridge clubs, golf leagues, potluck dinners created instant community. Retirees lived 15, 20, even 30 years in comfortable security. They weren't rich, but had enough. Enough to visit grandchildren, take occasional cruises, help adult children with down payments. The American dream's final chapter was leisure after labor, reward after responsibility. Now let's see what happened to that promise. Fast forward to 2024. Today's 59-year-old worker has had 7 different employers, laid off from 3. No pension exists, only a 401k with matching contributions during profitable years. The account balance sits at $130,000. Financial advisors scoff. Retirement requires at least $1 million, preferably 2. Current salary might be $85,000, which sounds impressive compared to 1975's $12,000. But adjusted for inflation, it's actually less purchasing power. The house, still mortgaged at age 59, bought for $200,000 in 2005, refinanced twice during crises, now owing $250,000. Won't own it outright until age 75. Both spouses work full-time by necessity. Two incomes, yet less saved than single-earner households of 1975. Student loans for children, medical bills, car payments, supporting elderly parents who outlived savings. Money disappears before reaching retirement accounts. And the 401k revolution? A catastrophic experiment. The 401k shifted all risk from companies to workers. Promoted as freedom and control, it became Russian roulette with retirement. Workers watched helplessly as accounts lost 40% in 2008, 20% in 2020, gains eroded by inflation constantly. Forced to become amateur investment managers while working full-time jobs, most failed miserably. Company matches, 3% if lucky, often suspended during challenging times, the same quarters showing record profits. Companies discovered eliminating pensions boosted stock prices. Wall Street rewarded broken promises. Healthcare after retirement? Gone. Maybe coverage until Medicare at 65 if not laid off first. Then Medicare with supplements costing $500 monthly, covering less each year. Dental, vision, hearing aids, all extra. That $2 prescription from 1975 now costs $300 monthly. But here's where the numbers get truly shocking. Those $25,000 Florida condos now cost $450,000. Property taxes and HOA fees alone exceed what entire houses cost in 1975. Retirement communities transformed from middle-class havens to luxury goods for the wealthy. Social Security still exists, barely. Current workers might receive $25,000 yearly if the program survives. Financial planners acknowledge this covers nothing. Not housing, not health care, not basic living. The retirement age keeps rising. 65 became 67, proposals suggest 70. Politicians with guaranteed government pensions debate raising it further while working into their 80s by choice, not necessity. Company loyalty means nothing now. Workers with 20 years experience are escorted out by security during restructuring. The average job tenure dropped to 4 years. Workers over 50 become targets. Expensive salaries, costly healthcare, approaching retirement. The new American retirement plan? There isn't one. Today's retirement reality means working until physically unable. 70-year-old cashiers, 80-year-old Uber drivers, warehouse workers past Social Security age, not for fulfillment or activity, for survival. The cheerful Walmart greeter is there because Social Security doesn't cover rent. The elderly bagger chose between medications and food this month. Death at desks replaced gold watches. It's become so common it barely makes news. Workers in their 70s collapse in warehouses, behind counters, in delivery trucks. Their retirement plan was literally dying at work. Younger generations face worse prospects. No pensions exist, 401ks failed, Social Security might vanish. They'll work forever, not hyperbole, but mathematical certainty. The concept of retirement itself is dying. So how did we destroy retirement in one generation? The transformation happened through 1,000 cuts. Companies discovered breaking pension promises boosted quarterly earnings. Shareholder value replaced employee loyalty. Workers became expenses to minimize, not assets to reward. Pension funds were raided, dissolved, converted to executive bonuses. Politicians borrowed against Social Security, raised eligibility ages, means-tested benefits. The same leaders enjoying guaranteed government retirements told citizens to invest wisely in volatile markets. Financial firms extracted billions managing 401ks, while workers lost trillions to fees. Bad timing, poor choices. The great risk shift was marketed as empowerment, control your destiny. In reality, it freed corporations from obligations while condemning workers to insecurity. One generation built America's prosperity and enjoyed its rewards. The next generation built greater wealth but will die working. Where did all the money go? Follow the numbers. CEO compensation increased 5,000% since 1975. Corporate profits hit record highs quarterly. Stock buybacks, once illegal, now exceed $1 trillion annually. The money exists, just not for workers who create value. A 1975 CEO earned 30 times the average worker. Today's CEO earns 300 times more. That wealth didn't evaporate, it concentrated. The retirement security taken from millions funded yacht collections for dozens. Companies claiming inability to fund pensions pay executives hundreds of millions. The same firms saying healthcare is unaffordable spend billions on stock manipulation. Every dollar stolen from retirement security reappeared in offshore accounts, Manhattan penthouses, private jets. The great theft happened in daylight, legally, while workers worried about their 401k allocations. Is there any hope for retirement's return? Some accept the new reality. Traditional retirement is dead. They're creating alternatives, part-time work, passion projects, gradual transitions. Others demand systemic change, knowing individual solutions can't fix systemic theft. A lucky few with tech salaries or inheritance might retire traditionally. Most won't. The gap between 1975's guaranteed dignity and 2024's guaranteed insecurity represents America's broken promise. Work hard, follow rules, retire comfortably. That social contract was shredded. What remains are desperate individual attempts solving collective failures, reverse mortgages consuming family homes, adult children supporting parents who once supported them, GoFundMe campaigns for medical bills, bankruptcy replacing retirement parties, side hustles at 70 replacing gold watches at 60. Here's the tragic truth about American retirement. The retirement dream didn't die naturally. It was murdered by greed, policy changes, and broken promises. America became wealthier while workers became more insecure. Productivity soared, profits exploded, but rewards flowed upward exclusively. The question facing every American worker checking their inadequate 401k isn't whether they can retire comfortably. It's whether they can retire at all. The answer, increasingly, is no. Not because America is poorer, we're richer than ever, but that wealth was systematically redirected from workers to owners. The comfortable retirement enjoyed by the 1975 generation wasn't unsustainable. It was just unprofitable for the powerful. Whether dignity in old age can be restored remains the question haunting every American worker. The gold watch became a pink slip. The pension became a pipe dream. The Florida condo became a fantasy. And the American promise of earned rest after lifetime labor became just another broken promise in a land full of them. Maybe someday, retirement will return. But for now, Americans work until they die, watching the golden years turn to lead, knowing their grandparents had it better and their grandchildren will have it worse.